Awesome. Hey, everybody. This is our Dreaming of Diamond team call. And we're going to talk today about how to run an effective side hustle, or a second gig, or a side gig, or a second job, or whatever you want to call it. We're going to learn how to do that a little bit more effectively today. All right. So I've got a disclaimer for you tonight. Okay. The disclaimer, this call is for people who are intentionally wanting to create revenue surrounding a goal. And that can include a dollar amount. That can include, anything really above products being paid for. And if you're sitting here listening and you're saying, well, I just want my products paid for, I want you to stay tuned because I think this is going to give you some really good information. But this is really a call that's geared for folks that, have a slightly greater or even far greater goal than that. Okay. The call is not for people who want to work their business in the nooks and crannies. And those folks are people who want to, like I said, want to get their products paid for, are really being casual. There's room for everybody in this business. So I don't care what your story is. You belong in the business. I'm going to be giving tips for folks that really want to become effective and intentional about creating this as a really consistent stream of income. Okay. All right. So I just want to say that choosing an alternative income stream is very smart in today's day and age. So that is something that you can take to folks that you are prospecting to, people that you're posting to. An alternative income stream is extremely beneficial for everybody. Okay. I came to terms in my life with that. The folks in my personal network love their jobs. For the most part, everybody loves their jobs. They're career driven. They don't desire to be a full-time network marketer. We don't need people to join us in business who have that same desire. Okay. This is for everyone. And what I want you to understand is that this choosing a second stream of income is just a smart thing for everybody, whether they're a doctor, whether they're a janitor, whether they're a stay-at-home mom, whether they are anything in between. Okay. It is a really smart business life decision. Okay. So now, why would you choose Plexus as your alternative income stream? Okay, let me tell you why. We obviously know this call is geared toward people who are here primarily knowing that you're being intentional about your business, right? But let's say that you are trying to decide, do I open a candle store? Do I open a Chick-fil-A franchise? Do I, make vinyl things? And by the way, we've got folks on our team that actually have alternative income streams to their Plexus income. Okay, so this is all good, right? It's all good. But choosing Plexus, why would you choose Plexus? Guys, it's virtual. You don't have to have an inventory. All you need really is a cell phone. Now, granted, I think probably a couple years ago, it was really more important to actually have a computer. Folks on here may argue that they really like operating off of a computer, but you don't have to have one. Okay. A phone is really all you need. And minutes in the day are all you need to really make Plexus your version of alternative income. Another reason that Plexus is a great choice for your alternative income is because the products really are for everybody. You're not really marketing to one gender. You're not marketing to a specific age group. You're not marketing to any type of socioeconomic piece. We're really for everybody. There's a product for everybody. There are not only are there products for everybody, but anybody can really make this a part of their, a business or an extra income stream. Okay. So I'm quickly going to move into who's Plexus. Anybody who's watching this, I just want to quickly share who Plexus is. Plexus is a health and wellness company. We're focused on being the gut health experts. Our products centralize around blood sugar balancing, gut health, and inflammation. Those three component areas are super impactful for every single human body. Okay. All ages can be positively affected by this. We have very, very, very small, if any, medical, medicinal interactions with our products. Super, super, super safe. Okay. Our most effective products have no stimulants. We started as a breast health company. We moved into blood sugar balancing and gut health and inflammation and everything that I just mentioned. So why us? Why would you position yourself with us? And that is because we are focused on optimal health. We're focused on root cause. We're focused on root cause solutions. And not only that, but we really do put health first. Okay. This is an amazing business decision, but our health stories, our testimonies, our products are second to none. You're not going to find anything like it. There is no competition to us. I say that so boldly, but I am so passionate about it. So that's who we are. That's why you choose us. We're debt-free. We're going to be $1 billion company in like 5 seconds. We're backed by Morgan Stanley. We are a company to align with. You can buy a business with us for $35. So that is why you choose Plexus as your added income stream. Okay, so I have to say this. Who would we not be for? We would probably not be for people who might mock supplementation. We probably wouldn't be for people who, didn't focus or want to coach others. I'm just being honest, right? We probably wouldn't be for folks that didn't put value on building others up, right? So if you're looking for a business that really minimizes your interaction with people, minimizes your coaching of people, really not interested in health, probably not the business for you. Okay. Always a fit for people who know how to be a good friend, always a fit for people who get excited, always a fit for love to give recommendations to people for things that work for them. Okay. So we are a fit for most people, but there are a segment of people we're not a fit for. As we move into this call, it is so important for you to understand and identify why you want to have that added income stream. Okay. I kind of said at the top of the call that, outside of getting your products paid for, something has to drive you. Okay. Something has to drive you to put yourself out there. Something has to drive you toward a goal, or your purpose inside of this. And only you can decide what that is. I can't tell you what that is. But typically what I found is that people will act based on necessity or act based on emotion. Okay? So when I'm saying that to you, I want you to think in your own mind why you're doing this. Why are you doing this? You might say, oh, I'm doing this for my children, or I'm doing this for my husband, or I'm doing this for this or this or this. Really tie back to the emotion, because when you're able to understand what it is that moves you to act, and continue to remind yourself of that, a lot of the issues that may come down the road will kind of disappear. All right. Here's another thing I want you to do. So we're thinking about this, right? We're thinking about how to be most effective. We're thinking about adding an income stream. I want you to think about, this is an exercise. Everybody on this call, I want you to kind of close your eyes. And I want you to think about what you're not willing to do to achieve your goal. Okay? What are you not willing to change? And I bet you that when you look at what you're not willing to do, when you think about what you're not willing to do, you're already not doing them. Okay? So I think we come into this business, we come into the second stream of income with a lot of hopefulness, but we also come with a set of parameters around what we are and are not willing to do. And I'm going to encourage you to break the chains of that to be your most successful self. Okay? So I want you to compare the list or the things that you're not willing to do. Maybe you say, I'm not going to cold message. That's crazy. I'm not going to talk to people at church about this. That's insane. Well, I can't talk to my family about it. Right? So when you compare that list of things that you're not willing to do against your goal, I want you to logically think that if that list of things you're not willing to do, or people you're not willing to talk to, or growth you're not willing to do, or books you're not willing to read, or whatever, or minutes of the day you're not willing to give, if that is going to line up to your goal, right? If it doesn't line up to your goal, we got to do some adjusting. Okay. So you're either going to have to change that list. That list is going to have to get shorter. That list is going to have to go away. Or we're going to have to adjust our goal and say this maybe isn't the business for us. And guys, I'm just being so blunt with you. I'm being so straightforward with you because I want you to understand that if you're on this call and you want to be better about your business and you want to force your hand at growing and you want all those things, you have to look at those pieces, right? Of what we've got, what we need to do to grow, and are we willing to do them? So that's what we need to understand, right? All right. So if we are willing to throw away the list of what we're not willing to do, then we need to get creative on what we will do to grow our business. The most successful people in this business or any business don't have a long list of what they're not willing to do, okay? They don't have a long list of people they're not willing to contact. They don't have a long list of things that are more important than their business. And guys, I'm going to get to prioritizing, okay? So I'm not asking you to work 24 hours a day. I'm really, really not. But I'm asking you to be present and show up for your business. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. All right. So we have to evolve. We have to evolve our thinking. We have to rise up our thinking. You're on this call. I promise you, every time I give these calls, I always say things like this, but you're on this call because you want more for your business. Will you raise your hand if you want more for your business? Okay, drop your hands. Are you willing to do more for your business than you're doing today? Raise your hand. Okay, I expect it. Okay, I expect it in the most loving, positive way because I know that if you're on this call, that means that you believe that you can do more. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start talking about it. We're going to start talking about what we can do. Okay, so here's something that I've been extremely passionate about lately, something that I am convicted on, extremely convicted on. You're on this call because you feel like you own a business or you want to feel like you own a business. You're on this call because you feel that you are serious. If you feel like you're serious and you feel like you own a business, what could possibly be going wrong? Am I right? Okay. So here's what I want to say. And if it comes across directly, just know that it comes from a place of love. Okay. But if you want other people to take your business seriously and you are not setting business hours, you're not even showing yourself that you're serious about your business. Okay. Okay. So I don't give an F if you have 30 minutes a day to give, or if you have 2 hours a day to give, or 6 hours a day to give. If you're not setting those business hours and you're not going to a specific place that is quiet, set aside for your business, you're playing around. Period. Okay? If you don't show yourself it's a business, you cannot expect anyone else to believe it's a business. What I'm saying to you is this. If you're sitting there and you're doing it on your phone in the bathroom, I've been there. I do that all the time. But I also set aside hours for my business. I did not always do that. But when I was the most successful, I did that. Here's an example of what Sadie did. You don't have to be me. I don't want you to be me. Here's what I did though. I had a full-time job. Okay. I worked my business in the morning. I got up early. I had a chunk of time. I worked my business in the morning. I always posted in the morning. Okay. I followed up. I posted in my team page in the morning. Typically, that was 2 posts of the day that anyone on our team could use. That was a post that I was doing, for my network, and it was several other housekeeping items. I would work in the middle of the day, typically 30 minutes. Okay, guys, remember I was working a full-time job. Okay, so I was working an hour or more in the morning, 30 minutes in the middle of the day, and at night I worked after pickup. I worked in my car. I know, don't judge me. Don't talk to me about texting and driving. I love you all. Just that's what it is. I'm just being honest. Okay. I worked while I was cooking dinner. And then after bedtime, I would get back at it. You guys, obviously, many of you have been with me for a long time. I would do calls for my office after bedtime. Okay. Whatever that looks like. I set business hours. I didn't even have to tell anybody because I told myself. That's when I went to work. Okay. I want you to do that for yourself so that you know what to expect. If you've ever had a child, a dog, something that required you to show up for it every single day, you know that it requires you to, they love to know what to expect, right? Kids especially, dogs especially, other animals I'm not sure of, never had a cat. I'm assuming they like to eat at a certain time. I'm just saying. Showing up at a certain time of day, at a certain place, doing certain things is going to signal to you that you're at work. It's going to signal to other people that you're at work. And you're going to sit here and go, Sadie, I've got a family, I've got a husband, I've got kids. Guess what? If you have goals inside of your business, the first thing you need to do is get your shareholders on board. Okay? If for some reason your shareholders will not get on board, do it anyway. I'm not asking you to have, arguments. What I am asking you to do is prioritize yourself enough to say, hey, I'm going to be working my business this amount of time during the day. Guys, this is not a big deal. It's a matter of saying that you're doing it. Okay? Saying that you're doing it. I understand. Little people come out of the bedroom. I understand. Husbands want things. I understand that you have to go to soccer games. I get it. You guys can do this. Okay? It's a matter of making it a habit to prioritize it. It's a matter of doing it every single day. Every day. Okay? I don't want you to tell me that you want to be a diamond in this company and you be taken off 48 hours straight. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't want you to tell me that you want to be a Ruby ambassador and you're taking off 48 hours straight. Guess who can take off 48 hours straight? People that want to get their products paid for. If you got a bigger goal than that, we're working every day. And I don't care if you want to just work 15 minutes on a Saturday because you've got a day of family stuff. I don't care. You can do that. There's ways to fit it in. It takes work on your part. That's all it is. It just takes you to figure out how you're going to piece it in. It's not, it's those people, it's kind of the mentality of, I want to be on a diet. I want to change my lifestyle, but I had a cookie. So now I'm going to eat the refrigerator. Okay. It's not all or nothing. Okay. So I promise you that it's still working your business if you message, if you got a family wedding. Here's a perfect example. Family wedding. You guys are crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're like, Sadie, it's so crazy. But guess what, Sadie? I messaged 3 people. I posted. I talked to my team. And I also started a launch party for my new ambassador. And it took me 16 minutes. Y'all worked your business in 16 minutes. You had time to go to the nuptials. You had time to go to the reception. You had time to dance your booty off. You had time to talk to everybody in the whole room. And you did it. And it's all a matter of saying, I'm not willing to not do it. Okay? So I want to ask you how serious you are. And if you're serious, you're going to set business hours. And I don't want anyone to message me and say, well, Sadie, like I only have 30 minutes a day to devote. Great. 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. 30 minutes in the morning, nothing the rest of the day. Because here's what I can tell you. And this is the beautiful part. Okay? When you satisfy your business hours, you are going to hop, skip, and a jump through the rest of your day because you are going to have honored your own goals. And you know what? That work you put in at whatever time, it's going to provide fruit later on in the day. And let's say that you gave your 30, your 45 minutes, your hour in the morning, or however you're splitting it up. I don't really care. That's up to you to decide. And then somebody creeps in the middle of your day outside of your business hours and they say, I'm ready to join. I'm ready to do this. I want to do what you do. I'm super excited. Who's going to find the time to send them instructions? It's going to be you because you've satisfied everything that you want to do. You are feeling good. You're excited. And guess what? We find the time to fit in what is a priority. Right. It's a priority to send instructions. It's not a priority to do all that other stuff today. We have to make it a priority. We have to prioritize the things that don't, like, who wants to cold message? That's uncomfortable. That's weird. But is it getting us to our goal? Yes. So we have to do all the things, right, to get the fruit that's going to be the exciting part. I promise you that you can do it. Okay. So show yourself it's serious for you. Show others it's serious for you. Okay. We're going to talk about managing priorities at the bottom of this. It's not going to be that much longer of a call, I promise, but we're going to talk about that at the bottom of this call. But what I want to say is the first person who has to believe that it's a serious business is the person on this call. If you believe it's serious, if you treat it like it's serious, a lot of things are just going to fall into place. Okay? All right. Best practices. I'm going to talk to you about best practices. What does that look like? It's consistency. This falls into exactly what I just talked to you about. It's every single day. It's every single day. I asked you at the beginning, why are you doing this? What do you want? You guys, we have a business of residual commission. We have a business that it blesses us beyond measure financially. Okay. And you might be looking at me and you might be saying, I'm not starting this for that. I didn't do this I'm not doing this for the money. And I understand. I wasn't doing this for the money either. But if you're here wanting to learn how to be more effective, being more effective and understanding how to make more income is part of that. Okay? It's consistency. It's every single day your best practices. If you've got 15 minutes to give every day, maybe that's what your truth is, then you need to maximize those 15 minutes. Okay? It's communication with your customers. It's communication with your team members. It is communication with your upline. Maybe you need somebody to hold you accountable. If you are somebody that needs you to if you are somebody that needs to be held accountable, I want you to know that about yourself. You have to understand what makes you tick in the best way. Okay? So communicating on every level is very crucial for this business to be successful. Okay? Follow up, lists, all the things, right? Follow up to the things the people that you need to follow up with. Follow up to the people that you're ATMing. If you don't know what ATMing is, I'm not going to talk to you about that here, but I want you to message me privately about ATMing, and I'm happy to give you a mini tutorial about it. But it is a way to increase your effectiveness, the ability for you to duplicate in your organization, and time management. It's an amazing thing for time management. So identifying your best practices. Let me give you a perfect example. When I was starting, the way it looked for me is that every single person who joined my team or bought from me got the same experience. What that means is they joined, I sent them a welcome email. Maybe I had sent them instructions prior, or ideally I'm walking them through the sign up process, and I'm sending them a welcome email. I'm checking in with them every day after they get their products to make sure that they're incorporating them properly, probably for the first 2 weeks. Okay. And I'm asking them if they at all would want to get their products paid for. I'm doing those things immediately. Every single person got that same treatment. Okay. It makes it easier for me. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm doing the same thing for everybody. I'm not tailoring or changing what I'm doing for anyone, right? Everybody gets the same thing because they deserve that. Okay. They deserve to get the same treatment as every other person that joined you. Okay. When you pick and choose how people are onboarded, you're really just taking away an experience for them. Okay. I'm totally being flat out honest with you. Okay. So with best practices, you're identifying how you're going to do it. We talked about a duplication process. I'm going to be identifying a new one, but you've got several ways for you to come up with lists for yourself on what you can do to onboard that person. Okay. And what it looks like is plugging them into information, the wellness community, Dreaming of Diamond team page, your sponsor. Okay. Checking in with them on the products, asking them if they want to get their products paid for. These are things that you can do every single time. Make a checklist for yourself. Okay. Make a checklist for yourself so that you don't have to be confused on what you're supposed to do. They're not confused on what's happening to them because it's autopilot for you. Okay. All right. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about is managing priorities. It is very easy to become extremely passionate about this business. It is very easy to become swallowed by this business. Now, if you're in momentum, if you're in activity and you love it, you don't feel swallowed and you're going to be doing your own thing. Okay. This is for this area is for the people who feel that they're not going to be able to be successful unless they are constantly staring at their phone, but they don't want to be staring at their phone. This is for them. Okay. All right. Remember when I told you about your business hours? Cross-apply the business hours conversation to managing your priorities. Guess what? If your family knew that you were going to work for 90 minutes in the morning on the weekends or whatever your moment is, okay? And you said, Mom's going to go get a coffee, right? Or not mom or cousin or whoever you live with. I'm going to go get a coffee. And you went to Starbucks. Maybe you don't drink coffee. Just work with me here. This could be anywhere. You go to a place, you sit there for 90 minutes, and you come home refreshed, renewed, having poured into your business, having done the things that you don't want to do, but doing them anyway, building your confidence, posting, giving people information, and you come back into your home refreshed, renewed, have poured in, you're good. You're free, right? Remember when I've always talked to you guys about paying the rent on your business? That's usually an amount of time that you're giving to your business every single day. This plays right into managing your priorities. Guess what? Here's what I tell my partner. At the end of the month, if my people are promoting, you're not going to see me. Okay. But other than that, I'm going to do a really good job of balancing. Communicating those things is super important, you guys. That's what, and you know what you say? This is my goal. I love my business. I love what I'm doing. Here's what I'm going to do for our family, right? Opening those lines of communication. Here's what I'm going to do for us. I'm so excited. We're going to do this. We're going to do this together. And I'm going to do it by devoting 90 minutes of my day to this. And that person is going to say, oh, well, that's not really that big of a deal, right? And then I promise you, if you honor those business hours, if you honor those, the managing of those priorities, I bet you that when push comes to shove, when your first ambassador is going to go gold, your spouse, your kids, whatever it is, they're going to be excited for you to step away. They're going to be like, oh, she's doing it. She's so excited, right? We have to make the obsession to the business the exception to the rule, right? So we have to get smarter about organizing our time. And guess what? What do we know? Do we know we love it? We know we love it. We know we're obsessed with it. We know we can't get enough of it. And we know that we're probably going to be checking our phone a little bit more than it's going to be a little bit outside of those business hours because we love it. Okay. But a lot of this is when we are managing our priorities, we are honoring, right, the other people in our lives. We're saying, you know what, I'm going to go to work for 2 hours today. I'm going to zip out to this bread company and I'm going to go to work for 2 hours. Mom's going to see you later. I'll be right back. And then we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And I want you, when you do that, to come back and fulfill X, Y, and Z. There is time to do it all. But until you get really, really good at overly communicating your plan, honoring your business hours, showing yourself it's a business, it's going to be a struggle. I know that you guys can do it. We can do this. Okay? Big goals do require big sacrifices. And maybe that looks like 2 hours on a Saturday. Maybe today you're working 2 hours every single day and you're not doing it on a Saturday. It is okay for you to step away from your family or say, I'm going to run to the grocery store or I'm going to step out, and carving out a chunk of that time, right? So that your family doesn't feel second. You know what I'm saying, right? They don't feel second. We've all been there. Okay. and you're not sacrificing your effort to your business. Okay, so I just want to recap. Okay. An effective side hustle looks like somebody who works at like a business, period. Okay. I don't care if that's 15 minutes. I don't care if that's 60 minutes or 90 minutes. Hi. Hi. I don't care how many minutes that is. That's up to you. Okay. But being intentional is necessary. And really just identifying your goal, but identifying like, am I going to achieve what I want to achieve by just sneaking messages here and there? That's stressful. By the way, I still sneak messages here and there, but I have more time because I've become more intentional during the day. So guess what? This is me. Maybe this is not you. But when I was sneaking everything in and I had my kids here every day and I was seeing it, and it was just super stressful for me, I never really felt like I was working my business. Okay? When you set aside that time, whatever that looks like, and you dial in, I guarantee you, if you're on this call, you get a little jazzed up about working your business. Okay. You probably love it. You probably get excited, right? Because you are a business. I don't see any men on here. So I feel like I can say business boss babe, right? We're business chicks. We're working this. You get excited to be that. And it's exciting. You guys, we have the best job. We help people feel better. We help people earn money. Like, this is the best. So just be a little smarter. We're going to get off this call. You're going to be in thought tonight. You're going to be like, how can I apply what she's talking about? Because I feel like I'm giving a lot and I'm getting little. Do you feel like you're giving a lot and you're giving little? Okay. So it's time for us to figure out how we can maximize the time that we're giving. Okay. Organize our time and signify to ourselves that this is a business. Okay. When we work it, like I kind of love the word side hustle. Side gig is okay. Like, second stream of income feels more serious to me. When I say I want to create a second stream of income for myself, I feel more serious. Do you feel more serious if you would say it like that? Not like, oh, this is my side gig. Like, it's like, let's be a little less casual about it so that we can achieve our goals. So I'm asking you tonight to send me homework. Who's got a pen? Do this. I see everybody on here, by the way. I will follow up with you. Send me why you're doing this, what your goal is. What's your goal? Okay. And if you come to me and say your goal is diamond, I'm going to say, let's dial it back so that we can have rungs up the ladder. Okay. Love diamond. I'm going to be there. I want to see you there too. But I want you to say, here's my goal, Sadie. Sadie, I want to bring in $1,000 a month. Sadie, I want to pay off this bill for my husband's, like student loans. I'm over it. I've been staring at this thing for years. I'm done. Like, whatever it is. Sadie, I want to buy my kid this annoying toy that's really expensive. I want to put my kid in these lessons, whatever it is. Something achievable, something you can take a bite out of. Message me that. Okay? I have everybody's deal on here. Everybody's on here. So I will follow up with you. You don't tell me. I want to know what that is. And then what I want to know is what your working hours are. And I'm going to write them down. And guess who's going to be the psychopath that's going to message you in the middle of your work hours and ask you how it's going? Because I've done this for some people that I personally coach, and I love it because they're like, oh, You remembered. I did remember. And I want you to remember, okay? We will do this, but we have to be intentional. Okay? I know you can do it. Set your business hours. Figure out your best practices, meaning what is going to be the experience every single time somebody joins you. And then manage your priorities, meaning mentally put yourself in a place that you know, I'm working at this time. I'm going to let some business creep in to the nooks and crannies because I've already worked my business and paid my rent for my business. And that's going to be okay. And you're going to communicate it to the people in your life. And you're going to get on the same page with the people in your life so that everybody can be excited with you and nobody feels right. And I don't want you to feel like you're spread too thin. And when we don't put it into chunks of time, you feel like you're constantly working and you're not as effective. Okay? I love working my business. Literally, I'm always like, trust me, I'm in the nooks and crannies, but I'm also in chunks of time. That's my journey. I'm 5 years in. I'm asking you to be more structured today. Okay? I'm definitely not telling you not to give somebody instructions outside of your business hours. I'm definitely not telling you to get excited about things outside of your business hours, but get better about your organization. Okay? You're better than the way that you feel right now. You're on this call because you want more. All right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 messages coming to me tonight or in the morning. I don't know what your bedtime is, but I will follow up. So I love you. We can do this. And I have noticed a shift in my productivity and my mindset with these very things that I've talked to you about. Okay? You get on that page with your, I don't know if everybody's married. I'm keeping it neutral. You get on the page with the people who share the house with you, okay? Or people who share your life with you. You get on the page. You say, here's why, okay? You say, here's what you can expect from my business, and give that disclaimer of like, when things get exciting, it's going to be a little bit more, and you just need to, be excited because it's for our goal that we're going to achieve, right? And you need everybody to have the same experience every single time. And guys, I would love for that to include a welcome call, but I'm not getting on my soapbox about that tonight. Okay? I love you guys so much. I know we can do it. I want a message about what your goal is. Okay? And what your business hours are going to be. Okay? All right. Good night.